are going to talk about BGC 17, episode 4. By the way, I moved the pictures down. They look a lot better. I thought I was going to have to move them down like 3 inches. I had to move them down like 10 inches, which is like that much. So now I got to patch the holes above it, but it looks way better because you can actually see blue now, which was the whole point of buying them in the first place. I may even move them down a teeny bit more next time. Where did the hammer was literally just under my feet. I don't know where it is. Sorry I'm posting this so late. I had a lot of stuff going on today. I'll tell you a little bit about it later. Kiko is in the other room asleep. He didn't even get up to come join us, so, it's late and he's tired. Okay, so the episode starts with Kiki said she's not drinking today. She was talking to Fren and Sayora, and Fren is saying that there's a lot of bullying going on. Oh, and look who came to join us, my little Kiko. I'm sorry I woke you up. Hi, baby. You just had to come. I love you. And I looked up because they kept throwing this word around the whole damn episode. So I was like, let me look up the definition of bullying. Bullying means, by Webster Dictionary on Google, it means to use superior strength or influence to intimidate somebody. Do I feel like these girls are bullying? Not really, because it's been a lot of one-on-one. I do feel like they did a little bit with Sayora, because didn't at one point there was like 3 versus 1, they kind of all like got in her face, and I feel like that's a little bit of like intimidating or using superior strength being numbers. But when it's like a one-on-one type thing, I don't feel like it's bullying. I just feel like it's being mean and being a little bit nasty. If I had to pick, if somebody had some bully tendencies, I would say maybe Kiara. But I don't feel like in this episode anybody was being bullies, as they are so-called claiming, which we'll get more into that later. Yeah, I don't, because what superior strength do they have over you? It's not like the bitch is 7 foot tall and muscular and you like small. Like it was different with last season when it was like a bigger girl and this other girl is like 20 pounds less and you kick her in the back when she walks away and she's already like acting like nervous or intimidated or scared, and then you still coming at her. Like, that's bullying. These girls, I feel like they've been standing up for themselves and fighting and going at it, so I don't feel like anybody's really being bullied. Unless I'm forgetting something that happened in the first couple episodes, I don't feel like there's any bullying going on this episode. Okay, so Kiara comes home from the hotel. She says she's disappointed that she fought, and Shayla says Key got caught in the middle of it. And I'm thinking, like, Key didn't get caught in the middle of anything. Key is the center of all this. Key is starting this. Like, she ain't caught. You say caught in the middle when it has, like, nothing to do with you. And it's, like, boyfriend and girlfriend are arguing. And you're the friend you got dragged onto it. Like, didn't he do this? Or didn't she say that? That's being caught in the middle. Kiara is pretty much starting these damn fights. So, I don't know what Shayla's talking about. Kiara is getting drug into anything. She the one that's starting it. I don't know. Seven then comes home and she's saying that she's not cool with Kiki at all. She don't like that fake bitch. And, of course, there's going to be more to that to come. Susan says it's hard to live in a house like gerbils. And they're referring to, of course, production. And it's like, they're being watched. They're in a cage. They can only do certain things. And, yeah. That's what I said at the end of one of my reunions a long time ago. When Tanisha, I went on Bad Girls Club. And Tanisha says, we all have something in common. We're basically BGC sisters, and you will never know what this experience is like until you've lived it. And I always thought, as a viewer watching Bad Girls Club before going on the show, that she meant like, oh, the stress and drama of living with each other and whatever else. I didn't realize, because it was the whole of being gerbils in a cage, and that's basically what Tanisha has said on reunions, and that is what Susan and them are talking about right now, talking about being gerbils in a damn cage, because that's how you feel. It's like being in a damn halfway house or like a really nice jail with like no privacy, but then you got security. Okay, Susan says, okay, hard to live in this house. Friend then says, are y'all talking about the same thing y'all was talking about last night? And then Key decides to go off and she's cussing, and I said she's making herself look, what the hell did I write? Oh, So she's like going making all these little kids like nah 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 blah blah blah, and then it was really weird because she's like looking in the mirror, and then she looks dead into the camera, which is like you're not supposed to even acknowledge cameras are there. So that makes me feel like you're putting on an act for the camera because you like look inside the camera like this and was like, hello, the cameras aren't supposed to be there, like, or you're not even supposed to acknowledge the cameras. Like, live your life, be normal, like talk to people like you gonna talk to them. Don't like act up for a damn camera. Like that's weird. Okay, so Fran goes off saying you're a bully and you don't run this house. And then Seven tells Fran to leave out. Oh, she's like, you need to leave out. She was like, this is going to be your only opportunity to do this and say this to me. I'm walking away. And Fran is just going off. She's had it. Sorry if that's loud. That's the damn washing machine. It's right behind us. I feel like it is out. So I'm going to not pause it. I'm thinking pause because of damn YouTube video. I'm going to turn it off for a second. Yeah, because I feel like that was really, really loud. Kiko decided to eat a nice red bone on my white furry rug yesterday and get pink marks all over it, so I had to wash it, and you cannot put it in the dryer, so it's hanging on the closet door to dry, thanks to Kiko. Next, Seven is going off on Kiki, and then we see DeShayla getting all hyped talking about Fran to Susan saying, she wasn't hype all like a week ago. Why is she so hyped now? And it's literally like chaos. Like there's a million different things going on at one time. Everybody don't like everybody. The cliques are divided. And we then see Key's manager, Country Chris. He's coming to help her with her music and set up studio time. So let me go back a little bit because she kept saying like, she was embarrassed about fighting or didn't want to fight at the beginning when she got home from the hotel. But then as soon as Fran says something to her, she starts yelling and starting to cuss and fight. And I'm like, you just said that you pretty much regret fighting because you're not there to fight and you're not there to portray that. And then like 2 minutes later, when a girl comes at you, instead of taking the high road, you try to fight again. I'm just saying. Okay, Key and Seven then make a pact and basically that they are going to stay in the house, and Key said that she ain't gonna fight or try not to fight, and Seven's like, yeah, maybe, okay, cool, whatever. Fran then calls the hype coach, and basically she says that she wants to be a host on stage. She wants to get parties hype. So that's basically what a hype coach was. I never even heard of that before, but yeah, a hype coach. I could have probably used some lessons in that before because when we would go out for these parties, especially BGC 13, Judy, Natalie, and I would host a lot of parties. And, well, no, Judy would always take the mic and talk a lot, but, like, sometimes Natalie would be gone. When it was me and Natalie hosting, she would leave me alone a lot, and I would have the microphone, and I would be like, Natalie's really good on the microphone. I wouldn't know what to say. I would get, like, hey, how you guys doing? Like, I'm not a hype the crowd up microphone type of person, or at least I never was before. I probably could have used some hype coach classes, or I should have at least watched it on YouTube and practiced a couple times before they hand me a damn microphone because I didn't know what the hell to say. I'm like, oh my God, give me another shot. I don't know what to say and do. Like, my mind just goes blank. I don't even know what to say. And here I am on YouTube, like, ranting for like 20 minutes talking to you guys. But when I first started this, on BGC 11, it was a lot harder for me. I would pause. I would say a million times. Now I'm more fluent with when I'm talking, but I do mess up names but not back in the day. Back in the day, I had to, like, edit and cut because I'd be like, okay, there's a minute pause here. I don't know what I said there. There's another minute here. Like, can you just edit this together? And I was like, screw that. I don't have time to be editing and stuff like that. I just need to blab the whole way through and then send it. So, yeah, I might have needed a hype coach. I might have needed that. I know next time. Okay, so Fran says the first week she sat back and she was neutral and she wanted to deserve the other girls, but now that the girls are being bullies, she ain't playing no more, and the other girls are staying home to wax each other. Once they get home, so it's like we get like a little fun thing going on. I'm like, okay, this can't last long. Something about to happen. They get home, and Kiki is mad that someone took her Red Bull. Key then goes off on the phone saying, like, oh, they want to talk, but they don't got them hands. And I'm like, okay, here it is. Once again, it seems like the same day or next day or something. You got home from the hotel, you said you didn't want to fight, and then you tried to start a fight with Fran when she approached you, and now that Kiki is asking about a Red Bull, you basically making indirect threats, talking about, oh, they want to argue but not throw hands, but you don't want to fight. Like, make up your damn mind. Friend then yells, bully, and I feel like she's just throwing the word around now, like she keeps saying it. DeShayla comes out of the woodworks. I don't know where she's been this episode, the last episode, and she's saying that Kiki and Say must have put the battery in her back because Fran is going off, and now DeShayla wants to fight Fran. And I'm thinking, where is Sayora this whole damn episode? I feel like a lot of things happened and she was missing. I don't know if she was doing an interview, if something happened to her. Like, I feel like when there was, like, big key moments happening in the house, like, I never saw Fran, not even in the background. So I'm feeling like she was, like, maybe this was, like, a long-ass interview day for her, and all this shit was going on, and she was doing an interview. I don't know, because she definitely wasn't, I didn't see her nowhere. Okay, DeShayla calls her mom and she says, "I'm gonna beat this white bitch's ass and spit on her. You gonna beat this white bitch's ass and then spit on her?" I don't even think I really need to like say much else about that comment. That comment was a little overboard for more than one reason. No. I didn't really care for DeShayla last episode, and I really don't care for her now. And then the mom says, I'm thinking the mom's going to say something positive and calm her down, because she says, "Excuse me, Lord," and whoever else is listening, and she's like, "Beat her ass, do whatever you got to do." And I'm like, no wonder why you act like this. Like, your mom even telling you to act like that. It is not okay to spit in someone's face, and you premeditated that you were going to spit on somebody's face. You thought about it. You was like, "Oh, this is a good idea," and then you carried it out. Like, you're disgusting. You didn't even do it as a reflex and then be apologetic. Like, you planned to do this. You told your mom you were going to do it, and then you did it. Like, what is wrong with you? Okay, so DeShayla goes upstairs. She gets in the closet. She gets, like, spit in her throat. She's like, like, getting it all in her fucking throat, knowing what she's going to do. Fran has no idea what's going up. She walks up in her face, and then Fran's like, "Oh, did you not brush your teeth?" That's what everybody says. Maybe her breath did stink. I don't know. She probably fucking stank because she got a loogie in her throat right now. And then, of course, she spits in her face. Fran then throws her on the floor, and I'm like, what is she doing? She did throw her down really, really quick, so I like that. That was good stuff, especially after you just got spit on. But she's like open hand hitting her. It looked like she was like slapping her around. I'm like, can you punch that girl in the face? She just spit on you. Like, punch that bitch. All right, security breaks it up, and then next thing you know, Seven walks up, and she's saying, "Don't point at me." I don't know where that came from. I don't know what happened. Seven and Fran start fighting, and then security pushes Fran back, and as she's looking this way, Kiki walks up this way, and then next thing you know, Kiki goes towards her, and it looked like Seven dragged her ass behind the fucking hallway. We don't even see what's going on. I'm like trying to peek like around the TV, like I won't see what's going on in the hallway. And then it was weird because then they pull Seven away, and then Kiki had Seven's hair, and I'm like, but I just seen Seven pull your hair, but that ain't your hair. That's her hair, because your hair curly and that's straight, and there's straight hair in her hand. And I thought she just drug you behind the hallway. I don't know what happened. They got all those damn cameras in the house, and we missed what happened behind that damn wall. So later on, Seven's starting to say, like, "Oh, I was tag team, I was this, I was that. They was trying to jump me." It was like a pause, I felt like, in between. And it's not that I'm sticking up for them necessarily, because I try to be unbiased when I watch these. I feel like, okay, Fran had just fought, all right? So, who did Fran just fight? I'm all over the damn place. Fran had just fought DeShayla. She's still all hyped up. Seven then causes a fight, so they start to go at it. Security pulls her back. Security had already pulled her back when Kiki ran up. Kiki didn't run up, like, from her behind and then hit her. Like, she was looking this way at Fran. That was pulled away, and then she sees Kiki right here, like, 45 degrees to the right. Like, you saw her coming, which is why you was able to react. And it's not like she got, like, a sneak punch in, and then you drug her ass behind the fucking wall anyways. Like, I don't feel like in any way you were jumped or tag team. I feel like Kiki may have taken the opportunity since Fran was pulled back. Well, let me get her since Fran can't get her. I don't think it was oh, she's getting her, let me get her too. Like, let me jump her. I don't think it was that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like it was that. Okay, so security breaks it up, and Kiki goes towards Seven. Okay, that's the hair pulling and stuff. Fran then says Key is Fran going off today. Fran says Key is bipolar, and that Susan is a follower. So now Susan's getting in the mix, like, I'm not with that talking Fran. Run up, you stupid bitch. I'm like, oh my god, Fran about to fight her too. Fran fought Shayla, she just fought Seven, and now she might be about to fight Susan. Like, she gonna fight the other 4 on the other side. Like, what is good? This house is going crazy. That was a good episode. I like this episode. Okay, so Seven says she was tag team. She got hit from the side, blah, blah, blah. She goes to the doctor. She comes home with, apparently, must be a fake cast because she said nothing was broken. She didn't say she sprained anything, and that she was given ibuprofen. So she wasn't given a real painkiller. She ain't break nothing. She ain't fracture nothing. Why are you wearing a cast? Like, I feel like she went to CVS on the way back to wear a cast to make it seem like more than even happened. So she don't have it on next week, and it's like normal. She, like, just trying to cry wolf and act like, oh, I'm wearing this because I beat too many asses. Bitch, I don't know who you beat. You did drag Gigi behind the wall, which was good. You ain't beat up Fran, and now your hand's broke. I don't know, you probably hit the security or the wall, because Key didn't say, like, she had a bruise or she was hurt, so I don't know what your hand hit, but I feel like that cast ain't, like, it ain't a real cast. Why not have you... It ain't no sprain, no fracture, or no broken bone. Why do you have a cast on? That could be a weapon for later, though. Like, for real. Okay. Susan's mom then calls and she says her little sister's best friend, family friend, Stefan, died. And that's really sad. And it has to be like, you're already going through all these emotions in the house and you're already away from your family. And then to hear something like tragic like that has to be really, really hard. So the 4 girls, it's basically the foursome and the threesome, or the trio and the foursome. And you know what I'm talking about. It's not East Coast and West Coast. So the foursome being Key, Susan, I don't know what's up with me and these damn names. I know the names. Key, Susan, DeShayla, and Seven. That's the foursome. Okay, so they go to the hookah lounge and the trio goes to the club. Next thing you know, of course, there's got to be some arguing going on. They get back in the party bus and Susan is arguing with Kiki. Kiki says her grandma just died and Key is trying to calm the situation down, which is surprising. Key ain't never trying to calm. Usually Key the one in the mix. So Key's being the mediator here right now, which is surprising. And then Susan, DeShayla then... I don't know. They was arguing in the thing, and it's like, okay, who died, this, that, whatever, and then we see them back at the house. DeShayla then pulls Fran aside. She's like, it's just too much going on. She apologizes for spitting in her face. They hug. They say they like each other. Okay, yeah. Kiki then said, my grandma just died, and she goes, your people just died. And they're saying this in the house, like, oh, my grandma just died, and your people just died. Like, they competing, like, oh, well, I'm not stupid, you're stupid. Like, who compares, like, people dying as it's, like, some sort of competition? That's just how I felt like the words came out. Okay, so Fran's really drunk, and she says, did your husband just die too? What's up? Fran is going nuts. Okay, the next day we see Key go to the studio. The producers like what she does. She's rapping, and she says that she tries to do what she do when she do it. And she's happy and she's crying and she marks something off her bucket list. So that was a nice little moment. I'm happy for her and I'm glad that she got to do that. Oh my God, there's something in my eye. I don't know what it is. It hurts. Ow. Okay. Sayora says that she needed... Oh, yeah. So they get back home from the studio session. And Susan don't say nothing while she's moping around the house to any of them. She waits till her little clique gets back. And she's like, you know, what you said, Fran, last night about my husband is not okay. And then Kiki's kind of involved in it. And I'm thinking, like, Sayora, I'm glad Sayora, now she finally appears in this damn episode. She calls her out and she says, you know, Susan needed her crew to say something. And that's completely what I thought. She didn't say nothing the whole time. The same thing happened to me on BGC 13. Like, when Rima was like messing with everybody's pictures or something, and I was doing my laundry, and Camila and Danny left because those were my friends at the time. It was the end of the season, and then Julie and Rocky come in, and Julie's going crazy. Who did this? Who did that? And I'll beat that bitch's ass, talking about me, knowing I'm the only one home, and feeling like, oh, it's the 3 of y'all versus me. Now you want to say something, and when I come out, like, what do you want to do? Like, you want to blame that on me? Like, come on. She's like, well, you the only one home, and then of course right before we fight, Rima admits to doing it. And I'm like, Rima, you did this shit to instigate because you know I'm the only one home. You know I'm going to be the one blamed for it. You know that they don't like me. And then Julie wants to say something because none of my people were there. My people were there. You wouldn't have said nothing. Then you want to wait until the three of them are there before you say something. You wouldn't just pull me aside and say something yourself because I did walk past you and you didn't say nothing. You waited till everybody was there to say something. That's some pussy ass shit. No. Okay, so Fran's standing there smiling. She just like, oh, okay, okay. And Susan is looking a hot mess in her damn robe. And she picks up this foil. I don't know. She called it a rat tail comb. That's a foil comb. Or at least to me it is. So that metal thing, that's really, really sharp. And like when I used to get highlights done, they take a section off, whatever. And then they put the foil, they wrap it around the comb, and then it's like this. And they go like this. And then they brush the stuff on, the bleach, and then they pull the comb out, and then they fold the foil up in with your hair. So to me, that's a foil comb, and that shit is like extremely like sharp. You could definitely stab somebody with it, and it's gonna go straight through the damn skin. So she's sitting there with that damn comb in her hand. I'm like, look at this psycho. They like laugh like, you look psycho. And the producer then comes out and tells Susan to pack her overnight bag. Key takes the damn comb. She needs to go to a hotel. So she leaves, and Kiki turns around and says, this bitch better not try to hit me. She's iffy as she's walking on the stairs. And I was thinking, you ain't about to walk up behind my head. I know you're going to a hotel, but like, you ain't about to sneak me. You trying to pick up combs and shit. Like, that's crazy. So the next morning, Susan comes home. She's doing her makeup, and everybody's like, what? Why is she not going home? They didn't understand. So the trio goes to see Friend's hype coach, and she's in her underwear and bra. I didn't really understand that for, like, why is she naked to do this hype thing? I didn't really get that. Like, are you being the hype girl at a strip club? Like, why are you wearing that? I was confused. Back at the house, Steve, the producer, tells Susan that she has to pack her bags and go home, and she's happy to go home. She was probably on the verge of quitting anyways with the stuff happening back at home and the stress in the house. Seven is crying, saying it's not fair. That's why I don't want to get too close to anyone because then they're taken away. Like, you haven't known her that long. This is the Bad Girls Club. People get kicked off the show. That doesn't mean, like, oh, you should have trust issues or don't make friends with people because they might get kicked off the Bad Girls Club. That's not even, like, real life in the sense of people going to be taken out of your lives. Like, it's Bad Girls Club. Like, call her tomorrow. Like, you have her phone number. You can email her. Like, she ain't go nowhere. Like, she just going home. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you can't trust nobody again. And by the way, I'm not just going off on Seven because I really like Seven. But that comment was, like, weird to me. But no, I like her. I still think she's pretty. I like her. She's bringing a lot to the show. Would that be my friend in real life? I feel like she'd be cool in real life. She's doing a little bit the most this episode, but, I mean, it's TV, and we need a little bit of entertainment. So, you know, do what you got to do. All right. Susan is then, like, they show her exit, and she says that she was true to herself, so she has no regrets, and that's all that really matters, as long as you can hold your head up high and say, I was myself, and whether you did something wrong or not, at least always be yourself. Don't be somebody you're not and then regret how you acted because you was being somebody you weren't. That, to me, would be the biggest regret. So I always make sure, like, I am who I am. Like, yeah, I was drunk and I messed up here. Or, yeah, I made a mistake and I did that wrong. Or, my bad, because I'm not a perfect person. But I'm always going to stay true to myself. And with that being said, I can't, like, regret who I am. Like, we live and we learn. Okay. So the trio comes home and Susan pictures down. They all happy. Key says she wants to be cool and squash the beef with everyone and basically keep her enemies close. So she's doing some fake truce type thing. They go to the rooftop. They all fist it. Cheers, BGC 17, whatever. And apparently there's a new blonde coming to the house, and Fran says she's the first Barbie in the house, so Fran seems like she's a little bit jealous that another blonde is coming in. And she got big titties. What are all these Facebook messages doing? I do not normally have I don't have Messenger on my phone, for one, and then I don't have Facebook notifications. I did them before, so I don't know how these are going through my phone. And by the way, whoever made me a Match.com and a fake Facebook page to match my Match.com, like, what are you doing? And then they be posting pictures that I post on my Instagram and my Facebook, and then post it on there as if it's like an update of my life, because I had somebody, like, Google me and, like, find my real email and email me talking about, oh, I wrote you on Facebook. I wrote you that. For one, that's not my Facebook. And secondly, like, no, that's not me on Match.com. Like, what? Y'all have to... whoever it is got too much time on their hands. Quit making fake profiles for me. Like, I'm over it. Like, I even had to get my Facebook at one point back. They said that I was an impersonating page, and they said, send your ID. So I sent a picture of my ID, and they said, well, another page already sent your ID in. I don't know how the hell they got my ID. And they said, so we need you to take a picture of you holding the ID. And I'm thinking it's fake. I'm like looking it up, and no, it's really Facebook. So I took a picture of me holding my ID, and I sent it in, and they approved my page back because they like temporarily disabled it. So then I write them and I said, look, can you verify my damn page? Because clearly there's like 15 pages that aren't mine that are pretending to be me. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, we don't do verification. Like, you have to get with like a network or whoever else to get you approved. And I'm thinking, like, your Facebook, how can you not approve me? It's your damn site, and people are impersonating me. There's like 10 Sarah Oliver pages. Actually, there's more. My dad's friends with all of them. My dad crazy. Okay, so BGC_Nikki said, are you excited for the replacement? And how do you feel about Susan's departure? Also, you look amazing. Thank you very much. I am excited about the replacement. I always get excited to see new people and see how the girls are going to react. And then now we get to see whose team she's going to go on. She's going to be East Coast and West Coast. It don't really matter because the house is divided anyways. It seems like the girls aren't supposed to be switching rooms. I don't know if they have as of yet. I feel like they asked before and they weren't able to. So if you know the answer to this, or you've been paying attention to like the room status, is Kiki, Sayora, and Fran sharing a room, and then the other 4 in the other room? I want to know that. So comment below and let me know like what's going on with the room situation, because I kind of want to know where the new girl is going to go. Is she just going to click up with who's in her room, or is she going to actually pick a side? I don't know. Susan's departure, yeah, with that comb, that foil comb, rat tail comb, that was a little too much. Lena_118 says, do you think it was fair for Susan to be sent home? Yes, she had a freaking ice pick in her damn hand. Yeah, she should have been sent home. That is crazy. AY Ron Jr., can I have a shout out? Yeah, I guess so, because I just said your name. _Lewis7 says, who won the fight, Fran or DeShayla? Definitely Fran. Fran was on top. I mean, I don't know what she was doing with that open hand slap, but I do feel like she slung DeShayla on the ground, even though DeShayla started it, and she definitely held her own. Yeah, I would say Fran won. Ni.Vec, ni.Vec _, I always see you. Hi. Do you think it's fair for Susan to go home and not Kiki as well, since she put the lighter next to her hair? No, because Susan was like mad, and then she picked up the comb. Like, yeah, Kiki was a little bit mad, but she wasn't doing it to like necessarily like, bitch, I'm gonna burn you and scare you. I don't know. I still don't agree with that lighter situation. I feel like she should have been in trouble for it. Maybe some repercussion. Maybe she did get fined. We don't know. I do feel like she should have been in trouble, but I don't think she should have been sent home. Or maybe they should have sent her to a hotel and like be like, look, you can't light a lighter next to someone's head. That's basically a threat. Like, don't do stuff like that. And that would have been like a little punishment. So we would have known that that's not okay, because that's not okay. And I feel like that is intimidating somebody, especially if they drive it. Like, that's a little bit of bullying somebody. GMM.__, why are you so sexy? I don't know. I just be, you know. Actually, by the way, you real sexy too. Your page is private, so I can't really see it, but I can see your default picture, and you look really cute. Is your hair red? I think it's red, or it's like a purple. Okay, AB01.x says, what was Key like in this episode? She was doing the most. Then she said that she shouldn't fight, and then she started to want to fight, and then she wanted to fight again. She was kind of being hypocritical. I don't know how many days this was, but from going from not wanting to fight to like pretty much starting a fight and then back talking, like, you need to make your mind. And then by the end of the episode, she's talking about calling a truce to keep your enemies closer, but then acting like she's friends with these people. I don't know what she got going on. Everybody keep asking about Susan. Susan's a psycho _.naturally beautiful. You're my favorite bagger of all time. Thank you. And Susan going psycho. Yeah, that was crazy. And I still don't know how to say your name, and I've been seeing you forever. Casca Precious. I don't know how to say your name. What did you think about the comment Fran made about Susan's husband? Fran's my favorite, but I didn't expect her to say something like that. I do feel like that was completely wrong. I like Fran. I like that she stuck up for herself this episode. We all make mistakes. She was clearly really drunk. I'm not defending her in any sort of way. I think what she said was completely wrong. Susan had every right to be mad. It was rude. It was disrespectful. It's not okay to joke about somebody dying or death, especially when somebody just died. And yeah, that comment wasn't okay. But I'm not like mad at Fran for it, but I don't really like that. And then Miss KB underscore says, have you ever thought about doing a reality show with your dad, sisters, and Kiko? That would be hilarious. I have actually been working on a project. It was supposed to start filming back in February. There have been some technical things come up, and then, I've got the app going on, which, oh my God, my app advertising should be starting soon. Been glitches, one after another. I have my Android phone. The Android phone version is finished. He has to fix the resolution a little bit, so the quality of the emojis isn't as clear as the emojis on iPhone. So that's like the last little fix on that. And then there's been some iPhone 7 update issues. My mom has an iPhone 7, and it's updating everything perfectly for 6, 6S, and 5, but not iPhone 7. So those are the last two little things, Android resolution and that, to be fixed. And once that's finished, I'm moving on to the TV show project. I want to get this app completely finished before I can focus any attention on something else, because it's completely got all my time right now. So actually, yes, there will be a show coming soon. It will be with my dad, Kiko, of course, and my little sisters. You guys are really going to like the concept. I'm trying to decide which route I'm going to take as far as networks, or if I'm doing a pilot first, or if I'm going to like film it all and then sell it. I haven't decided. I have a few people that want to work with me, contracts involved and stuff like that, but you're really going to love it. So I will have something TV-wise for you guys soon. But okay, I got to start the washer back. It is really late. Sorry I posted this so late. I have had a long day. Oh, by the way, so a long time ago, I had sclerotherapy. Sclerotherapy gets rid of spider veins. I did it on a damn pilot for a show, and everybody thought I was getting like injections. I had them all over my legs and on my butt. So basically, it gets rid of varicose veins or spider veins. And today I asked my doctor, and I said, I want to do sclerotherapy again to get rid of the spider veins. I have some on my butt and then some on the back of my knees. And there's actually a couple more on my legs that I never even noticed because they're not noticeable because I'm tan. He was like, no, all these have to go. So they did an ultrasound. And basically, this is so crazy, right? I have two veins that like don't even work, and then like one that like is faulty. So like how you have a kink in a rope, and then like water may go back to one side and then you let it go and then it kind of squirts out that way. So on an ultrasound, when they look at your veins, it shows blue. You can see like the blood pumping blue. So if you like tense up or squeeze something and then let go, it should just turn blue. Otherwise, you just see a black vein, right, on the ultrasound. And mine would turn red. He said, yeah, that's not good. It's basically having a kink in the hose. So, like, I have two bad ones on my right one bad one on my left one, which is why my ankles have been swelling. I thought it was from wearing heels or being on my feet too long. If you see, like, look at this. This is, like, all swollen right here. I had heels on yesterday, but, like, it'll get, like, a big bubble and they'll hurt. And I was like, I don't know what it is. My dad's like, oh, it might be congestive heart failure. No, to hell it's not. I'm healthy. Okay. So the one vein has that thing in it where it's like, so basically when it's red, it means that it's going down. So your blood's supposed to pump upward, right? And with the two veins that don't work, I have one on each side, which is matching. When you hear it on the ultrasound, it actually goes, shh. He's like, think of it like a river. It's actually going down, and it doesn't work whatsoever. It's not pumping any blood. Those two are just going shh with the red on the screen, red blood going down. And then the one, of course, it's going, but then if I ever tense up, it stops. It makes blood go backwards a little bit, and then it starts going again, like a kink in a hose. So they've got this new procedure. I got the pamphlet in my room, and they basically shut off your nerves. And I'm like, you can't just be shutting off all my damn or blood vessels. And then he was like, no, but you got a ton of them. These don't work anyway, so you don't need them. It's just like wasting blood. That's why your ankles are swelling. So they put some sort of injection into the vein, and it cuts it off. It like basically blocks the vein to where it no longer has blood passing through it. And then from there, you do sclerotherapy to get rid of the spider veins, and then those spider veins won't come back because you're killing or turning off the main blood vessel that's like doing this little thing. So yeah, it was like a long, interesting day. He's like, no need to worry. But yeah, and then I got like this other weird vein that he says not that many people have. So it goes up my left leg, under my pelvis bone, and then down the other side. He was like, but you don't have any of the symptoms, like for it to be issues. But if your left leg swells really big one day, bigger than your right leg, then you got to come back to the doctor and you got to get that one cut off too, basically. Not cut off, like shut off, whatever, like I said, with the little shot injection. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. So I got like blood vessel things going on. I don't know, but I'm about to get it fixed. So I'll let you know how that goes later on. Maybe I'll show it on Snapchat. I don't know. I will know Friday when I do my follow-up appointment. But yeah, I hope you guys will watch the episode. I really like this episode. I'm excited about the new girl. And time to have a really long, productive week. I love you guys. Bye.